Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Miner Grinder. I'm your host, delonewolf, and let me quickly get to one of my mining belts. And in today's show, I'm going to try and cover a few topics, namely last week's live event, the videocast from CCP, the live stream, then a bit on Odyssey and fanfest, and finally I'm going to talk about this concept of miner grinder, what my idea is for this for these new videos. So while we're in warp, let's start off with last week's live event, which I do have some footage about. I managed to be there, I managed to fraps it, but unfortunately the event was rather low on action and low on events really to cover, so I decided not to make a video about it. What I would really like to do is have an event this week, and then I could incorporate both of them together. But because I know a lot of you guys do like all information concerning EVE Online, I'm going to quickly explain what happened in that live event so you guys can follow whatever is all happening on the live events front. Let me first get some mining going. Like that should be good. Let's get some player class here right here. So basically what happened is there was a terrorist attack on Galente Prime, which is actually a bit creepy considering what's happening in Boston at the moment. But what happened was that there was a terrorist attack there during a Minmatar celebration. And in the process, the Ray of Matar, the head of, I think it's the Sebiestor tribe, got severely wounded by the terrorist. And this is an extremely important person for the Minmatar. So the Minmatar Republic demanded that the Galente Federation would hand over the criminal when he was apprehended, and the Federation refused this. So for the live events part, there were several Minmatar Navy ships. Are they Navy? Not really sure. The Minmatar Navy ships that came into Galente space demanding that the terrorist would be handed over, so they could basically judge him for his crime against the Ray of Matar, which is like a really huge symbolic person for them. The Galente refused this, came as well with a large fleet of Megatron Navy issues. And basically it was just a 10-minute standoff with a lot of RP in local, and when finally a DED officer, so someone from Concord, showed up, he managed to calm everything down, and the Minmatar retreated peacefully, for now we should say. So yeah, that was basically that live event in a nutshell. I managed to get some nice ship shots from both sides. But unfortunately it seems that I can't really embed any videos in this concept that I'm working with over the broadcasting software. So for next time I should remember to also try and take some screenshots so that I can also cover these live events in the Miner Grinder episodes. The second topic is the videocast. It's called, let me quickly check my notes on the other screen, the videocast on CCP past, present and future, which was in my opinion a very interesting live stream by CCP with my favorite CCP Torfer Franz. I think is absolutely awesome, but there was also CCP Ripley, and let me quickly go over to the website actually to get all the names for you, so that I can give you some complete information. Let's have a quick check here. Videocast at CCP. CCP Seagull was there as well, and CCP Unifex for just a brief moment at the start of the stream. Now I won't go into detail, and then pirates coming in. I won't go into detail about everything that they covered. It was actually a pretty general talk. But what I saw there were definitely four very smart devs that were very involved in trying to bring EVE Online into the next decade and to really raise the bar for EVE Online, to really step up the game. I thought that was pretty awesome. You could sense all their enthusiasm for their plans that they had. CCP Torfer Franz talked a lot about what it was like to develop EVE Online back before 2003 with just 40 people. Both about the advantages and disadvantages of such a small team. how the current development is much more unforgiving, and the current market, I should say, is much more unforgiving for development by small teams that are not completely up to standards, you could say, at launch. And yeah, how things have changed, how fortunate they've been for EVE Online, and how the player base has managed to stick with them through rough and good times as well. I thought it was a really engaging and very interesting live stream. If you want to see it for yourself, head over to twitch.tv/ccp. I thought it was really great. This actually also brings me to the second topic. It was rather low on new information, but they gave enough hints to show that we would get a lot of Odyssey information at FanFest. So I'm definitely going to try and follow that stream as much as possible. I'm looking very much forward to FanFest and to learning about the new exploration features in EVE Odyssey. And of course all their plans for the future development. I really think it's going to be an awesome FanFest for their 10th anniversary. So a small tidbit that interests me personally a lot is that someone from the Museum of Modern Art from New York is also going to be present, presumably giving a little talk, and I hope we'll finally get to see that video that was submitted to the museum that was basically created by players from all walks of life in New Eden on that one specific day. I'm very curious to see what they made of it, and I hope we get to finally see it at FanFest. So yeah, definitely check out the stream, and if you want to buy the HD stream, you're definitely helping CCP out with doing that. And maybe finally to close the show, what is this miner grinder concept that I'm playing around with right now in this video? Basically, what I want to do is be able to cover topics about games without needing to have some action-packed gameplay. I have to be fair, I am mostly a miner, mostly a grinder in any game. It's just a play style that I enjoy, casual and relaxed. So I thought of this title, damn it, another pirate here, because it would basically reflect who I am and reflect the perspective you can expect from me whenever I talk about games. It's definitely from the more casual, grindy, solo-y side than the hardcore PvPer or the hardcore raider or anything like that. Minor grinder, it's also not game specific, so that would allow me to cover topics on other games as well. I would always warn you guys about that in the title. You know, I put EVE Online or any other game that I'm covering in the minor grinder episode, so that you can skip the ones that really don't interest you, which is totally fine by me. But yeah, it's basically a concept at the moment. As you can see, I've worked a little bit on the graphics already. This all might change if I get some new ideas, and it's going to be very fluid. I don't actually know what I want to do. It depends on how popular it's going to be, how fun I find to make these kinds of episodes. And this first attempt, just so that everyone is clear on that, is not live on Twitch. But I could, one of the paths I'm thinking about is making this a regular live stream, so that you guys could put comments on the live stream, and that I could like interact a little bit about these topics and go a bit deeper depending on your feedback. So that's one possibility. The other one is maybe like a weekly occurrence, and that would also give me a chance to quickly talk about the other videos I covered over the last week, or something like that. I'm totally not sure what I want to do with it, but I think I like the idea of having something that's a bit more specific to me personally, my type of gaming, my type of games, the type of stuff that interests me, and yeah, that is the grinder perspective. So you'll have to take that, you'll have to accept that, that's going to be a part of Miner Grinder as well. You're gonna see a lot of EVE Online mining in the background, which basically also means that I can concentrate on talking about all the different topics. So I think I'd like to make the videos like this. I'm not 100% sure, like I said, all subject to change. Definitely want to hear about your feedback. What do you think about this concept? Do you like it, or do you prefer the shorter but more topic-specific videos? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious to hear about it. But for now, this is going to be the very first episode of Miner Grinder. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up!